Up, everybody. Finally made it to Halloween Havoc. And I'm just excited that it's on the network and not on USA, which means I think it gives them a lot more options of stuff they could do and get the fuck away with, which, you know, I think will help the product overall. And really, I mean, they killed it because they seemed like they're bringing everything back during 2020 when everyone was locked up because of COVID and all that. But I'm actually really looking forward to most of the night. I don't know about all of your feelings. Again, by the time we're all done, comment on it, do all that stuff. But I think there's some good stuff going on tonight at Halloween Havoc. I think they made the right choice by having Shotzi come back and host. I'm not that big of a fan of Quincy Elliott, though, at all, doing it with her. So hopefully he doesn't take anything away from her. There's just something about it. I don't know. I don't know. I do know that Shotzi made me love the color red a little bit more the other night, but really excited to see her back again. She killed it in 2020. She should really be the only host. I mean, who can deny that? And again, the card tonight should look really, really good. I'm excited about a lot of it. First off, talk about Paulo Cruz, Grayson Waller, spin the wheel, make the deal. I'm looking forward to it just because, I mean, no matter how much he hurts my head, there are some good things that I think that Grayson Waller does before anyone says you just hate him. Strongly dislike is probably the better phrase for it. But I think it's going to be, a good match between the two of them because he can actually go in the ring pretty good. Paulo Cruz, like he's always been a freak athlete and ability to do everything. And this is really the first time, no offense to him, Commander Aziz and all that, that they, really did any building character wise because he was in NXT the first time for like 12 seconds. And poof to the main roster. And look how well he wasn't used for the longest time. So I don't care who wins. I mean, I'm going to go towards Apollo just because I want him to win. But I don't really care as long as they keep building his character. Anyone listening, watching this right now, think back a few years. Didn't have a character. He had some great, he was doing some great things in the ring. Vince called him right up right away. No real character, anything. So the fact that they're building anything with it, I'm okay with it, regardless of what happens, the outcome, or how much I don't like Waller. And he's like Dom, except this is way over. Really, really over. This is longer overdue than Dominic Mysterio when it comes to just character and building all of that. So I'm excited to see him back down there, see the people he can work with, because again, at least he's doing something better than the main roster. Where he sat around doing pretty much nothing until the Commander Aziz thing, that whole gimmick started, and then he still vanished after that. So hopefully, it works out for the best. I'm excited for it. See what happens. Next match I want to talk about: Mandy Rose versus Alba Fire for the NXT Women's Championship. I have I have an odd feeling if you look at this match here in this picture that we're probably getting, we all know Toxic Attraction is going to get involved at some point. And, Gigi wants to come down the ring looking like she did the other night. Completely okay with that. She pulls off that look well. But now I'm really at the crossroads just because Triple H is in charge. Yeah, now that Toxic Attraction doesn't have any belts, do they have, Mandy lose and then they all move up? Even though they have so much on the main roster, would that be the time to do it? Do they have Mandy win and then there's someone else behind Alba? But what do they do with Alba then if she loses and she's not going to be champion? Or does she go back over when NXT Europe starts? Like it's one of those, I don't know. I think Mandy's, improved throughout her run. I think she's way better off than she ever was on the main roster, both in ring and character and all that. At least she has something. And there's not an honest soul on the planet that can deny that she finally, figured it out, let's say, a lot better since she's been down there in NXT and got with the latest Toxic Attraction there. Like it's been a vast improvement because her main roster run really did suck. And Hannah doesn't believe me. I'm like, well, I'll go back and show you some of the stuff and you won't recognize it's the same person. So I'm glad she's done that. I don't have a pick. You guys let me know what yours are in the comments or whatever. But I don't see it. Like you can, even if you're on Anchor, leave a voice message to tell me your feelings on it all, and I can listen to that. But I don't know who to pick because again, if Mandy loses, obviously they have to move her up. There's everyone else, Ray, but they did have Gigi and JC win that match for the women's tag tournament before Gigi got hurt and had to drop it. So obviously they put her there and put him in some kind of spot to beat veterans. So It could be. I just don't think that it's time yet to move her up. I really don't. So we'll see how that one goes. I think it's still going to be a good match. I'm just sure there's going to be stupidity and all that involved. But really, as long as Elba doesn't do that senton, yeah, she can stick with that Kaylee Ray. She can stick with the KLR bomb, whatever they call it now, the fire bomb. Stick with that. No sentons. Those things scared the bejesus out of me. Looked like she was going to land horrifically every single one I saw. But still should be a good match regardless of that. Let me know who you think's going to win. All the matches down in the comment section, because those are greatly appreciated when I know everyone's thoughts. We have Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade in a Weapons Wild match. I don't know why they'd call it a Weapons Wild match. Just throw another weird gimmicky thing there. I don't think that's the problem. Cora doesn't need it. She looked very cheeky the other night. Good for her. But she doesn't need it. She's in that boat. But Roxanne, everyone loves her so much. Does she really need it? I just hope it doesn't suck. We've all seen, this videos of Cora and the independents just mauling people with stuff. So she knows how to do it. It's just right now, I don't think it really matters who gets the win. But I mean, why would they have Cora? Because if she wins, it doesn't make a difference. Like Roxanne has to probably win it. Everything in my head sounds right. It has to. Because Cora doesn't need it at all. She can keep and boot out the building, but they can make her even worse. This turns around and gets it and has some help, which can make a lot of sense. So, and like how Mandy won the title at Halloween Havoc last year. See how it all plays out. Should be a decent match. I'm not expecting a slobber knocker or the greatest thing ever, but at least they've done some decent building with it, in my opinion. Not the greatest, but definitely not the worst. And I'm looking forward to that. Julius Creed versus Damon Kemp. Ambulance match. I just don't see Julius Creed losing. I mean, his brother leaves if he doesn't. They're obviously, unless that's completely done, he's like leaving the company. I don't see them breaking them up anytime soon. So just don't see it unless they said, he has to go. So then Julius goes with him and they go to the main roster, which I think would make sense. But I'm just intrigued to see what Damon Kemp can do. I know there's something about when he talks and all that I just don't believe and I don't get and I don't feel it. Maybe it's just his voice in general. It's like my voice. I don't like hearing the sound of my voice. I don't like the sound of his voice. So, I just don't see Julius Creed losing because I mean, I think the Creeds would do great on the main roster. I just don't think it's the right time to do it yet. But and now they're getting more people used in the tag division down there. I mean, look at the people. Idris Enofe and Malik Blade have a title match coming up here in a few days. So, they're using more people. So moving them up would help. It's just, what do? They got Hit Row up there. Legato's up there. All the other tag teams are up there. And there's only one champion. That's the problem with it. There's only one champion. So only one person can go after it at a time, which I think completely screws everything up. And everyone that says that it gives more opportunities, I don't know what drugs you're on, but please share some with all of us. Is how does having only one belt between two shows open the door for opportunities for anyone? There's less gold to go for, which means only one person gets to go after both belts at a time, which means less opportunity for other teams. But I just don't see Damon Kemp winning. I don't want to see him win. But if he does, at least that means the Creeds are going to the main roster or something, which I'm okay with. Again, fan of them wasn't at the beginning. Just looking at them, but yeah, they've grown on me, and they definitely got something good going on with them. Really, really do. The match that's going to steal the show is next. I think it's going to be phenomenal. North American Championship ladder match between Nathan Frazier, Oro Mensa, Von Wagner, Wesley, and obviously Carmelo Hayes. And we all know Trick's going to get involved at some point. But look who's running that stuff down there. Shawn's down there. Shawn plus ladder equals it's going to be really good. And every time they put one on, their ladder matches are always good, really good. Actually, when they put this many people involved in it, I don't think too many times where they've dropped the ball on it, and just the talent in the ring. I think it's impossible for them. I mean, obviously nothing's impossible to screw up, but I don't think they'll drop the ball on this one. I think I know who's going to win. I'd like to say I did, but I mean, does Carmelo Hayes need to be a champion again on that? No, but do I think there's room for him and should he move up to the main roster right now? No. So Real question is, what would they do with it if he lost again? It's still chasing after that. Just wouldn't make sense. No offense to Nathan Frazier or Omensa. I mean, Von Wagner still, there's a lot of them that I have hope in. I mean, Wesley would be the greatest thing for me just to see how everything, fell on him when everything happened with his tag team partner. Yeah, and MSK, like when that happened, I was like, oh, hopefully they use him. And they're using him. So it'd be great just to see him get it. Is he going to? Only God knows the answer to that. Actually, Triple H and Shawn know the answer to that. Let me go there. But should be a good match. I think it's going to steal the show. I think, yeah, I don't think Von Wagner is going to win, though. No offense to the other two. Yeah, I just don't see it happening. I'd be completely okay if any of them won, by the way. I just don't see Mello being a 3-time North American. I just don't see the point in it. That's my biggest downfall with him, even though we know Trick's going to get involved and very likely he's going to. I mean, again, comment, tell me where I'm wrong. I don't see the point in being a 3-time champion already that fast. Let someone else have it. Let them chase after them for a little bit. Let them, or have them go for the championship. Then battle for that, and let make that the way Braun goes up or something. I don't know. I just know it's going to be a very good match, and I always look forward to a lot of matches that they do at NXT because they don't mess around and they put on really, really good ladder matches in NXT. They just do. It's the way it is. Deal with it. Gets us to the triple threat, NXT Championship triple threat. The title, Braun Breaker defends against JD McDonough and Ilya Dragunov. Again, I don't see JD walking away with it. It'd be great to see Ilya get it just because of what he could do. And then again, that could be a great segue for, Braun to vanish or something and move up. Stick around for through War Games and then move up, and vanish and no one sees him until the Rumble or something. Again, it's a great way to do that. I don't see JD winning. And really, I mean, Braun holding on to it and then waiting for like a Carmelo Hayes to come up and challenge him for and be the one to lose, send him up. That just makes the most sense to me because I don't see them being ready to send Braun up yet. I don't think he's ready. I don't think Triple H thinks he's ready. I could be completely wrong, but I'd love it to be Ilya just because of what he could do in the ring, no matter who he's wrestling. And he got hurt and all that. This last one, so we had to fork over the belt. He didn't lose it, so that'd be really cool to see him win. I'm sure you guys have thoughts. I just don't want to see JD McDonough because no matter what, I saw him sitting there like on the stool when he was doing their thing on Tuesday, and he literally like looked like a midget. No offense to midgets, I'm not trying to pick on you, but he looked like a tiny little person. It's just there's something creepy about him. He really always has creeped me out, no matter what character they've had him go by. There's just something about that damn head. Is he talented? Yes. Can he talk? Yes. Can he irritate you? Yes. Is he creepy? Oh hell yes. Very creepy. Very, very, very creepy. I don't think it's going to steal the show, but I think with everyone involved, it's going to be one of the better matches of the night. But again, look what they're going against: 5-person ladder match, ambulance match. See what Apollo can do. Like, it's a really, really good card. So I can't complain about any of it. Man, I think there's going to be some that are better than other. I just don't want to see Trick involved every 9 seconds and Toxic Attraction involved every 9 seconds, even though we know we're going to. It's just one of those things that's bound to happen, but some very intriguing things to look forward to, especially again, the ambulance match, because the outcome of that's going to tell us what's happening from there on. And the ladder match is just going to be killer. It doesn't matter what they do in the main event. That's going to steal the show. There's all the talent involved. Ladders, NXT normally delivers with ladder matches. So just the way it's going to be. Sorry. Match for the main event's still going to be great for the NXT title. Don't get me wrong, but that ladder match is going to, steal the show. And I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to see what Shotzi has up her sleeve this year because it's not on USA. It's on Peacock. And as you see, kind of a fan of her. Always have been, just because she's so different. Well, I grew up and I was very different. You guys looked at me now compared to most people, very different. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen there. Vince has no say in it either. I'm just not really looking forward to Quincy, but these things happen. Most people aren't looking forward to seeing me, and hopefully he doesn't ruin it for Shotzi. But thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget, let me know what you think is going to happen in all the matches in the comments section, because it doesn't hurt to let me know. I will see them all. And I appreciate all the feedback. Share it out for me, and then I'll be back tomorrow at some point for a reaction show. So Enjoy your night. Share this thing out. Thank you for giving me the time of day. And until tomorrow, peace.